blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes.
This
Oh wow. So we're already Jesus guys. So we're already in a whole different world now. We are all the way in a different world. And yeah, he's okay with women shutting up. I mean, Pierce is okay with women shutting up. I think a lot of guys are.
Here he is, you know, this guy who I definitely do not agree with in any way, shape, or form, or have, you know, allied beliefs on. Too long, but I didn't want to bring this up because it's pretty fucked up. You are dealing with the largest right-wing streamer on the entire Twitch platform, so I think it does require discussion. This was Asmongold, basically nodding along to a one Nazi, let's just say, catboy enthusiast, Nick Fuentes, as he says some pretty fucked up stuff. And check out the chat.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them.
And I'm tired of pretending he's not,
Well,
to be honest.
This is the problem, you see. It's a bit like when you just say, I'm a racist. You're a racist who thinks Hitler's cool, but you're not anti.
I don't have a scientific analysis of your fan base, especially the people who are subbed, but it seems like a lot of them are saying based, epic, Giga Chad.
Anti-Semitic. If you're a Jewish
Yeah.
person watching this, what are they thinking? You think
Bro, we didn't shift the Overton window. We burned down the house.
Wait, what do you think the Overton window is? Nick's always been a Nazi. Wait, Nick Fuentes said it out loud. That's pretty out of nowhere. Oh man, the culture has shifted.
We burned down the whole motherfucking neighborhood.
Also, yeah, why we? Why are you like, I can't believe it. Nick Fuentes went on Piers Morgan praising Hitler, and that means that we have shifted the Overton window. Uh-oh.
Oh my god. This is crazy. What? Yeah.
I just saw one pass by. I want to make sure I was reading that correctly. Hitler's pretty fucking cool, though.
Crazy. What? Yeah. This is nuts. I saw another clip about this too, with no insurance. Yes, and no survivors. And all or nothing. No. There was another clip about this too. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, you retweeted it.
this is where you talk about Jews, women, and blacks.
I've seen it, you've seen it, we've all seen it.
Just take a listen.
Why are so many people saying based? Let's go.
They're always coming up with, no, it's not the Jews. No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all. Jews are running society. Women need to shut the fuck up. Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've cultivated a particular audience. And again, you know, this is the largest political streamer on the entire Twitch platform. These are not moderate views. You know, as much as you want to talk about how the Overton window was shifted, oh, we burn it down. It shifted so far to the right. You're not playing clips of, say, someone who would be normally apolitical or not have a lot of strong opinions in one direction or another, suddenly appearing out of nowhere and being like, you know what, I personally have started to believe that Hitler maybe wasn't all that bad. That would be a shift of the Overton window, where again, the general sentiment is not outright disgusted by that statement, but is like, oh, that's been normalized. If a Nazi is saying Nazi things like he's always said Nazi things, that's not a shift. The shift is happening on this side. This is what's happening, where you've normalized this shit to you and your audience so much so that you can see how excited they all are for this level of racism, for actual Nazi rhetoric. And meanwhile, you're sitting there being like, this isn't fucking... Look what we did.
And we would live in paradise. It's that simple.
Man.
Okay.
He's just nodding.
Would you like to clarify what you meant there?
That's all true.
The old media technique of shaming people doesn't work when they're not ashamed. The entire shame apparatus has failed. It's fallen apart. It doesn't work anymore.
So here's the thing. If you call someone a racist and that person is a racist, then to them, that's not a bad thing. That's true, right? If you were basically trying to tell a member of the KKK, hey, by the way, you're a racist, they'd be like, yes, that's part of my organization. That's part of what I basically am trying to enact upon the world. That's my political project. That's what I believe in. So if you're seeing someone say, again, Nazi rhetoric, just horrifyingly sexist, racist, fucking, you know, again, just absolute Nazi slop, and you're like, hey, by the way, can't shame this guy anymore. He's not ashamed of his beliefs. He never was, up until the point where the police might show up at his house because he's actually worried about being attacked by a woman. I don't know if you remember that, but when Nick Fuentes was doxxed and then someone showed up to his house and then he pepper sprayed her and then he was dealing with the police, it was in that encounter with the police where they actually asked Nick Fuentes, hey, by the way, some people have said that you're a white supremacist, and then he said, no, I'm not a white supremacist. I'm part Mexican. No, I can't be a white supremacist. Okay, apparently you're calling for something where you said your body, my choice forever. That might be one of the reasons why people are upset about you. He's like, they have threatened to rape me. All right, there are threats against me to be raped, so I'm the one who should actually be fearful here. I'm the one who's worried. And it's like, oh, okay, so I mean, he's a little different when, he's a little bit scared, and obviously he's speaking to the police, and maybe, it's not the same thing as being in his mother's basement doing the America First program and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, this is the same messaging that has always been Nick Fuentes. This is why I've been saying to people who are foolishly and I would say, embarrassing clowns who are coming forward being like, well, he said something critical of Israel, so maybe we should listen to him. It's like, there's no benefit to a Nazi's opinion on anything, even if they have the right opinion. Even if they give you the correct time, I don't care. You're getting the correct time being told to you by a Nazi, right? Ultimately there. But the fact that now, this is much more important. Him, Asmongold, Zach, the number one political streamer on Twitch, is openly embracing these kind of beliefs.
That's 100% true. Everything I said in that clip is true.
Including that blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Yeah. Yes.
This is where you talk about...
The way he says it!
Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow! So we're already, Jesus, guys. So we're already in a whole different world now. We are all the way in a different world. And he's okay with women shutting up. I mean, Pierce is okay with women shutting up. I think a lot of guys are. So the gloves are off? Yeah.
Yeah, so same world, same Nazi, just as racist, same opportunist who loves just platforming people that'll give him clicks. Nothing's changed there. What has changed is the fact that you're just openly embracing it to your own audience. No more like, oh, well, no, hey, I'm an apolitical gaming streamer. I just love World of Warcraft. That's what I'm about, And at the end of the day, sometimes, yeah, sure, I'll check out some other topics. But like, no, I'm not an overt person on the right. I don't associate myself with Trump or MAGA or stuff like that. I criticize them sometimes. I have strong opinions on them as well. Here, it's like, yeah, this is a full-blown neo-Nazi who's espousing hate on a show, and he's being critical. Like, Pierce is not bringing him on to be like, and this is awesome. I love this. Pierce is bringing him on to be like, hey, by the way, this is my gotcha moments. You've said some horrifying things. This is gross. Shame on you. That's what Pierce likes to do when he positions himself in these kind of, one-on-ones. But you've got Asmongold on the other end being like, hey, look at this. It has no effect. All right, here he is, you know, this guy who I definitely do not agree with in any way, shape, or form, or have, you know, allied beliefs on. He's saying these kind of things, and look, he's unapologetic. And that's funny to me, and absolutely hilarious.
And the thing is, bro, when we watch, maybe tomorrow, maybe we watch.
So that was one of them. There was this one as well.
From Finland.
Yeah, Asmongold has been. We got to do a stream. Does he want me to reach out to him?
I think that we might have to wait till next year for that one. I don't know if Twitch is ready for that one yet. Now, I will say it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But I don't know if when is sooner than later. I know the position that I'm in.
Rooting for you from Finn.
So essentially, he wants it badly. He wants to collaborate with the Nazi, do content with him, see where they have points of extreme agreement, that kind of stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, maybe, you know, him being a banned streamer on Twitch, I could get in trouble. I don't really want to like risk it. I don't know if it's going to be brand safe for now. It's not that it doesn't, like, you know, it's not in my heart. It's not that I don't desire that. It's not that I don't really want to do that. I mean, he's right there. Look at him on my screen. I can almost reach out and touch him.
It really is just how he's mad. Asmongold fans cry, you call him a Nazi? Oh, I'm a Nazi again. Okay. As Mein Kampf, it really is just how...
He's also, like, by the way, he's posting, like, Nazi shit off his Twitter account as well. Yesterday, Asmongold mocked Indians and called them subhumans, so I made a post dubbing him Asmonkampf and asked him why his fans always cry when you call him a Nazi. This post showed up on his stream. It led to the dumbest, funniest replies I've seen on a post. Delightful. It's just, I mean, it's so wild that, like, Asmongold again, still, I think the biggest danger of someone like that is that people, especially parents, they think that he's still just like a video game streamer. It's the World of Warcraft guy, right? At the end of the day, he's not an actual fucking like far-right individual. He's had some takes that most people would say are disagreeable. But I don't think that he's an overt Nazi. I think you're going pretty far there. You just want to label everyone you don't like as a Nazi. That's what this is all about at the end of the day, right? And Piers Morgan is also bragging about his interview with Nick Fuentes because he revealed to the world that Nick Fuentes has never had sex with a woman. And I was like, that's not news. What did you think King of the Incels meant?
You haven't got to answer. But are you actually attracted to women?
I am attracted to women.
You're not gay?
No. But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Definitely the first thing that comes into my mind when I'm asked that question. Are you attracted to women? Well, I mean, sure. But, like, they can be a bit of a pain. You know what I mean? Sorry, have you had sexual experience with women? Have you kissed a woman? Have you done anything? No, but... I mean, they can be pretty annoying, right? It's funny, I don't even have a wife, but I already want to say my wife, you know, kind of thing. And they are definitely really hard to be around. Do not enjoy the company of them. Not at all. Yeah, but no, I am very sexually attracted to them and super straight. Definitely into women, which is wild because like he used to have a section on his Discord before they took it down when the catboy stuff kind of blew out of control. That was about catboys, where people could share catboy pictures, photos of catboys, stuff like that. And the whole catboy arc, I think today, for like people who know the deep lore about Nick Fuentes, they kind of play it off as kind of like he was just memeing really, really close to the sun. I got to be honest with you. Like if I didn't want anyone to know that I was a bisexual, I definitely would not be like, you know, doing IRL live streams with a prominent gay sex worker. I think like a lot of people would be like, what's the bit here? Well, I'm triggering the libs. Come on. I mean, just that's the reason we're going on a date, to trigger the libs and to also remind everyone about the demonic forces of homosexuality. I think that speaks for itself, right? Well, there's ways you could do that without hanging out with the gay sex worker catboy, right? Like I feel like this one is kind of weird. But even if it was in and of itself, you just put that one on its own. That would be one moment in Nick Fuentes' lore, and you'd be like, well, sure, he was memeing. He memes, right? Like, for the Groypers, a lot of them love joking about the fact that he's gay, wink, because he, like, you know, he makes a lot of weird, awkward jokes about that kind of stuff, but, like, he's not actually gay. He's obviously a Christian nationalist, white supremacist. He wants to have a proper trad wife at one point in his life, so he's basically, this is a joke. He's an incel, and he's the king of the incels, but he's definitely not gay. But then you start adding up the other elements, and it starts to get stranger and stranger. Like, you know, the time when he got caught with femboy and trans porn on one of his tabs on his phone. They played that down, saying the entire thing was an op. That's not real. It's just a trick. And then it's like, okay. But then there's the time where he actually broadcast hardcore gay porn on his stream, like right when the stream was over. One of the first things he wanted to do, allegedly, I guess, was watch like hardcore gay pornography. Accidentally streamed it, and so he streamed that to his fans, and then shut it down. But then the next day he said that wasn't actually him. He didn't do it. That was actually an attack by Mossad, and so it has nothing to do with him or the things that he enjoys or likes watching. He's admitted out loud on camera to having watched the revenge porn of Stephen Bonnell II, Destiny, for research purposes, in order to make sure that he in fact was not the person who was on video having his cock sucked by Destiny. And so he's actually done an entire like episode where he's talking about how he watched it. So he's admitted out loud to having watched, you know, gay porn, because that is gay porn by definition, even if it is revenge porn. But he was saying he was doing it because of forensic evidence, and he wanted to be able to prove to everybody that he in fact was not the person who was being sucked upon. And so he like does this whole thing where like, I didn't even really think at that time. It's one of those moments where like, I did not think that was Nick Fuentes. I thought that was just like an internet meme. But then Nick Fuentes starts talking about it, and he's like, it's not me. You can't trust me. I've seen it. Okay. I've seen the whole thing. Like, the guy, he's got like black skin. He's wearing a wristband. I never wear a wristband, so it can't be. He doesn't have a hitchhiker's thumb, so it's not me. That's not my penis. And I was like, I don't know why you needed to go into that level of detail. But again, none of this is like making me think in any way that you're not at least a bisexual. I mean, I would say like pretty clear homosexual, closeted homosexual who despises women and has turned his revulsion of women into an all-out war, right? Like an element that actually plays really nicely into the entire Christian nationalist, I want to return to Christ as king kind of a way of life kind of thing. That project will align nicely with your actual resentment and hatred of women, but it also seems to be like a repulsion, right? Like that part is also an element there, which is kind of unusual, just to be completely honest. Like I don't know a lot of people who it's like, hey, by the way, are you attracted to women? Yes, I am sexually attracted to women. I particularly enjoy breast, and I think that buttocks is also only woman's is appealing. But I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I really don't like hanging out with women. Kind of hate hanging out with women. At the end of the day, they're kind of gross and icky, right? And annoying. Oh man, are they ever annoying? They got opinions. I want to tell you things like, oh yeah, I should have a right to vote. Oh, I should have bodily autonomy. Yeah, I have to listen to all that all day.
Okay.
So there's that.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
I do not. No, absolutely not.
They should stay at home?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
See, basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? For a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women.
I am.
All women are annoying. All women grow old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Says the guy who's never got laid.
And again, like, it sucks that it's Piers Morgan of all people, right? I don't agree with the whole thing where it's like, you know, if you've like virgins shaming, I know is really big on the internet. Like, oh, fucking shut the fuck up, virgin. You don't know what you're talking about. Huh? You've never even been with a woman. But I mean, in the case of Nick Fuentes, when you're someone who wants to actively run a political project to oppress women, I think some of those questions start to become very fair. Right? Like, you know, Sydney Watson just like clocked him so long ago. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, where she's like sitting beside him and she's like, you've never been in a relationship with a woman, you've never kissed a woman, you've never had any physical contact with a woman. Why is it that you feel, in any way qualified to dictate what half the human race has in terms of rights? And, immediately he's like, well, I'm having an experience with a woman right now, and it's not very pleasant. So I know what it's like to have an experience with a woman. I don't and you're just like, she's got a point, I mean, she's a wretched bigot in her own right, but she does have a point there. She's just actually calling you out pretty directly. It's just like, it'd be one thing if you were like, you want to be a monk, and then everyone would have to be like, yeah, no, I respect it. Or you want to be a priest, and you want to be celibate, and that's just like your calling, and that's what you want to do. Fine. But then can you not also try and dictate what the people you want to have no absolute contact with in any capacity? You don't want to have a romantic relationship with them. You don't want to have a sexual relationship with them. You don't even want to have a personal or a friendly relationship with women. Like, you seem to be repulsed by them in totality. Then maybe just stay away from them for forever would probably be the best piece of advice there, right?
To our patrons for making this show possible. We could not fund it without you. And if you want to join, please check out patreon.com/theserfs to unlock bonus episodes, uncensored content, and all the good stuff. Thanks to Anna Loves Riley, Addercap, Bobby Lasers, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hegbard Salim, Multimondi, Omni, Political Papi, Preston Kroll, Quiet One 85, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demmel, Tigwick, and Words Greenwood.